Good day, everyone. Before we start, let me introduce to you myself. I am Antoinette B. Barilla. So today, we're going to discuss about the family planning. But before we proceed, are you familiar with family planning? If not, just look and listen. Because later, we're going to explain what it is all about. First is the natural family planning. What is natural family planning? So natural family planning is a way to prevent or achieve pregnancy without using medicines, devices, or surgery. Next is abstinence. Abstinence means choosing not to do something, especially to avoiding sexual activity to prevent pregnancy or sexually transmitted infection. It is the only 100% effective to avoid this risk. Halimbawa, naay magtiayon, gusto sa nila magpakasal before mag-sex. They show love and affection sa ibang paraan, like spending time together, talking, or supporting each other emotionally. Next is the calendar method. Calendar method. It is a natural family planning technique where a person tracks the menstrual cycle to predict when they are most and less likely to get pregnant. It is based on the idea that ovulation happens 14 days before the next period starts. Halimbawa, kung ang pinakamaikling cycle mo ay 26 days, so 26 days minus 18 days is 8 days. So yan ang unang araw ng fertility window mo. Kung ang pinakamahabang cycle mo ay 30 days, so 30 days minus 11 days is 19 days. At yan yung huling araw ng fertility window mo. Kaya ibig sabihin, mula 8 days hanggang 19 days, yung cycle mo ay may mataas na posibilidad na pagbubuntis. Next is a basal body temperature. Basal body temperature is your lowest body resting temperature, usually measured right after waking up in the morning before doing any activity. It slightly changes throughout the menstrual cycle and can help track ovulation. Halimbawa, bagong ovulasyon, mas mababa ang iyong BBP, mga 36.1 to 36 degrees Celsius o 97.0 to 97.7 degree Fahrenheit. Pagkatapos ng ovulasyon, bahagyang tumataas ang iyong BBP, mga 0.3 to 0.5 degree Celsius o 0.5 degree Fahrenheit dahil sa pagtaas ng hormone na progesterone. Maraming babae ang gumagamit ng BBP tracking upang malaman ang kanilang fertility window o tamang panahon para mabuntis. Next is cervical mucus method. Cervical mucus method is a natural way to track fertility by observing changes in the cervical mucus or vaginal discharge. Throughout the menstrual cycle, the texture, the color, and amount of mucus change, helping to identify fertile or non-fertile days. Ginagamit ito ng maraming babae bilang natural na paraan upang magplano ng pagbubuntis o maiwasan ito. Next is symptothermal method. Symptothermal method is a natural way to track fertility by observing body signs that change a woman's menstrual cycle. It helps in knowing when a woman is most likely to get pregnant. Halimbawa, isang babae ang sumusukat ng kanyang temperatura tuwing umaga at napansin niyang tumaas ito pagkatapos ng ovulasyon. Kasabay nito, ang kanyang cervical mucus ay madulas at parang hilaw na puti ng itlog. Sa pamamagitan ng pagsubaybay ng mga palatandaan ito, nalaman niya kung kailan siya fertile at maaaring magdesisyon kung gusto niyang mabuntis o iwasan ito. Next is ovulation detection. Ovulation detection is the process of identifying when a woman releases an egg from her ovary. This is important for those trying to get pregnant or avoid pregnancy. Halimbawa, si Carla ay sumusukat ng kanyang basal body temperature tuwing umaga bago bumangon. Napansin niyang tumaas ng halos 0.5 degrees Celsius ang kanyang temperatura noong ika-15 araw ng kanyang cycle. Batay rito, kinumpirma niyang naganap na ang ovulasyon. Next is lactation method. Lactation method, also known as lactational amenorrhea method, is a natural way to prevent pregnancy after childbirth. It works because breastfeeding affects hormones that stop ovulation or the release of an egg. If a woman doesn't ovulate, she cannot get pregnant.
Hello everyone. So my name is Niamor Pimpia BS 1B Set B. So I am reporting on topic of uh, coitus interruptus. So coitus interruptus this is the one of the oldest methods. The couple still proceeds with the coitus, but the man withdraws the moment he ejaculates to emit the spermatozoa outside of the vagina. The, the disadvantage of this method is the pre-ejaculation fluid that contains a few spermatozoa that may cause fertilization. So, so ang withdrawal method ng pagbigil sa pagbubuntis o coitus interruptus ay nangyayari kapag hinahaluan mo ang ari ng lalaki sa labas ng puwerta ng babae at sumasabog sa labas ng puwerta sa babae upang subukang maiwasan ang pagbubuntis. Ang layunin ng withdrawal method na ito ay tinatawag ding paghila ay panatilihin ang sperm mula sa pumapasok sa labas ng puwerta ng babae. So, dito tayo sa hormonal contraception. So, ang hormonal contraception is to prevent pregnancy by using synthetic hormones, estrogen and or progestin, to disrupt the natural menstrual cycle, preventing ovulation or thickening cervical mucus. Refers to birth control methods that act on the endocrine system. Almost all methods are composite of steroid hormones, although in India, one selective estrogen receptor modulator is marketed as a contraceptive. So, ang ano natin dito ay dito tayo sa hormonal contraception. So, ibig sabihin, upang maiwasan pagbubuntis sa pamamagitan ng paggamit ng sintetikong hormones, estrogen at progestin upang magulo sa natural na siklo ng regla, pag-iwas sa pagbuga ng itlog o pagpapalapot ng cervical mucus. So, tumutukoy din ito sa mga pamamaraan ng pagpigil sa pagbubuntis na kumikilos sa sistema ng endocrine. Halos lahat ng mga pamamaraan ay binubuo ng mga steroid hormones, bagaman sa India ang isang selektibong modulator ng receptor ng estrogen ay ipinamarkita bilang isang kontraseptibo. So, yun ay ang hormonal contraception. So, dito naman tayo sa oral contraceptives. So, ang oral contraceptives natin ay also known as birth control pills, are hormonal medication taken orally to prevent pregnancy also. So typically, containing synthetic versions of estrogen and or progestin. It contains hormones that block the release of eggs from the ovaries. Oral contraceptives include estrogen and progestin. So, ang oral, so, ibig sabihin nito ay, ang oral contraceptives na kilala rin bilang birth control pills ay hormonal na gamot na kinakain sa pamamagitan ng bibig upang maiwasan ang pagbubuntis. Karaniwang naglalaman ng synthetikong bersyon ng estrogen o progestin. Ito ay naglalaman ng mga hormones na nagbablok sa paglabas ng mga itlog mula sa ovaryo. Karamihan sa oral contraceptives ay naglalaman ng estrogen at progestin. So, yun yun yung ibig sabihin ng oral contraceptives natin. So, dito tayo sa transdermal patch. So, ang transdermal patch natin is a transdermal patch medicated adhesive patch that is placed on skin to deliver a specific dose of medication through the skin into the bloodstream. And if you wear a transdermal patch, do not use soap or other cleansers to remove the patch of after 7 days or as directed by your doctor, and also choose a different place on your skin to apply the next patch. So ibig sabihin, ang transdermal patch ay isang pinahintulutang adhesive patch na nilalagay sa balat upang maging tiyak na dosis ng gamot sa pamamagitan ng balat at pupunta sa daluyan ng dugo. At kung ikaw ay nakasuot ng transdermal patch, huwag gumamit ng kahit anumang sabon o cleansers upang ito ay matanggal. Alisin ang patch pagkatapos ng 7 days araw o ayon na direksyon ng iyong doktor, at pumili rin ng ibang lugar ng iyong balat upang ilagay ang susunod na mga patch na kapag naglalagay ka ulit ng transdermal patch. So, yun yung transdermal patch na ibig sabihin. So, dito naman tayo sa progestin also. That is inserted into vagina to prevent pregnancy, working similarly to birth control pills by preventing ovulation and thickening cervical mucus. So, ang vaginal ring natin ay, kapag gumamit ka ng vaginal ring ay, ito ay isang malambot na manipis daw tapos plastic na para siyang singsing na naglalaman pa rin ng hormones, estrogen at progestin, na nilalagay sa loob ng ari ng babae upang maiwasan ang pagbubuntis, na na gumagana sa paraan na katulad ng mga tabletang so like parang similar lang siya sa mga birth control pills na gumagana sa paraan na katulad ng mga tabletang pangpigil sa pagbubuntis sa pamamagitan ng pagpigil sa pagbuga ng itlog at pagpapalapot ng cervical mucus. So yun yung epekto ay ibig sabihin ng vaginal ring kapag nagsusuot ka ng vaginal ring. So, dito tayo sa subdermal implants. Subdermal implants often used for long hormonal contraception. The implants are flexible polymer rods or tubes inserted under the skin of the upper arm that slowly release the hormone for up to 3 years, with contraception being reversible removal of the implant. So, ang subdermal implants ay madalas na ginagamit para sa pangmatagalang hormonal na pagpigil sa pagbubuntis. So, kung gusto mo yung pangmatagalan na parang hindi ka na parang hindi ka nang dili na hasol kayo nga magpapankuan pag like magpabalik-balik pa kung ganahan kag long term kaayo nga gamit jud kani imong gamiton nga subdermal implant. So ang mga implant ay malambot na polymer or rods. So tubes, mga siya na ay tubes nilalagay sa ilalim ng balat. So diri na to siya. So murag diri siya sa braso ibutang. So sa braso na siya ibutang tapos unti-unting naglalabas ng hormone hanggang sa 3 taon na ito ay nagpapipigil ng pagbubuntis ay maaaring ibalik sa pamamagitan ng pag-alis ng implant. So kung ganahan pa ka maburos, pwede na mo siya tangtangon kung kailan nimo gusto. No, kaya kung nagpa-implant ka tas ganahan na po ka magka-baby. So pwede na mo siya ibton anytime you want kung ganahan ka magpabuntis na ulit. So mao to siya ang subdermal implants. So, dito naman tayo sa hormonal infections. So, hormonal infection isn't a standard medical term, but it would refer to conditions where hormonal fluctuations or imbalance lead to symptoms that mimic our symptoms associated with infections or where infections can exacerbate hormonal issues. Common example like bacterial vaginosis, yeast infection, or sexually transmitted infections or STI. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, hindi ito isang pamantayang medical na termino. Ngunit, ito pa rin ay tumutukoy sa mga kondisyon kung saan ang mga pagbabago o pagkawala ng balanse ng hormonal ay nagdudulot ng mga sintomas na sumasamantala o nauugnay sa mga infeksyon o kung saan ang mga infections ay maaaring magpalala sa mga isyu ng hormonal. So, ang mga karaniwang halimbawa natin ay yung kinabibilangan na infeksyon ng libadura, bacterial vaginosis, o infeksyon na nakukuha sa pakikipagtalik. So, yun yung hormonal infections natin. So, dito naman tayo sa intrauterine device. So, ang intrauterine device natin, no, IUD, a small T-shaped device inserted into the uterus. So, mura siya letter T, mura siya letter C nga, isulod siya sa sulod sa babae. So, meaning sa vagina sa babae. Mura siya letter T nga, isulod bitaw mo mura siya mubawog di siya sa sulod. Basta makita niyo siya sa pictures bitaw. So, ang IUD or small T-shaped device inserted to the uterus is a highly effective, effective siya, long-active and reversible form of contraception. All IUDs are indicated for the use of contraception. Additionally, there are also indications for the removal of IUD. So, ang IUD, isang maliit na siya nga T-shape na aparato na ilalagay sa matres ng babae. So, ito ay isang napaka-epektibong material. Matagal-tagal at maaaring ibalik na ang iyong pagpigil sa pagbubuntis. So, ang lahat ng IUD ay pinapakita para sa paggamit ng pagpigil sa pagbubuntis pa rin siya. So, birth control, gihapon na siya ka ng IUD nga sulod sa matres sa babae. So, dagdag dito ay maroon ding mga indikasyon para sa pag-alis ng IUD. So, kung kalaim galang nga birth control, okay po kaya siya kay epektibo jud na kaya ng IUD nga isulod siya sa matres. Like, ang itsura na siya, so makita niyo siya sa pictures, kaya naman jud na siya pictures na gihatag sa mong example. So, makita niyo siya nga mura na siya letter T, kaya nagsulod sa matres sa babae, kaya mura na siya mapabasta, mura na siya letter T nga mag-ana nga or siya magbara jud na siya. So, that's all na ako ang part sa ako ang report. So, thank you everyone for listening to my mini report and God bless.
Chemical barriers are substances like stomach acid, enzymes in tears and saliva, and antimicrobial peptides that act as a first line of defense against pathogens by destroying or inhibiting their growth. Include spermicides, vaginal gels, creams, and glycerin films. Cause sperm death before they reach the cervix and lower vaginal pH. Do not prevent sexually transmitted infections. Available without a prescription. Ideal failure rate is 80%. Diaphragm inhibits sperm entry into the vagina. A circular rubber disc fitting the cervix placed before cutus. With a spermicide, failure rate is 6%. Fitted only by a physician and should remain in place for 6 hours after cutus. Should not be left in place for more than 24 hours to avoid inflammation or irritations. And a cervical cup is a small flexible cup-like device usually made of silicone that's inserted into the vagina to cover the cervix and prevent sperm from entering the uterus, acting as a barrier method of birth control. How it works, the cup creates a physical barrier that prevents sperm from reaching the egg, thus preventing fertilization and pregnancy. The cup is inserted into the vagina and positioned over the cervix before intercourse and must be left in place for at least 6 hours after intercourse. Male condoms, also known as external condoms, are thin sheet-shaped barrier devices made of latex polyurethane or lambskin used during sexual intercourse to prevent pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections. And the purposes of male condoms are designed to prevent pregnancy by blocking the passage of sperm and to reduce the risk of sexually transmitted infection by creating a physical barrier between the genitals during sexual activity. In the female condoms, it protects against pregnancy. It also protects against infections spread during sexual contact, including HIV. Female condom is made of latex rubber sheets designed for females, prelubricate with spermicides, as an inner ring covering the cervix and an outer open ring against the vaginal opening. Failure rate is 12% and to 22%. Surgical methods encompass a wide range of techniques, from traditional open surgery to minimally invasive approach like laparoscopy and robotic surgery, each with its own advantage and application. For examples, open heart surgery, removal of bladder, and hysterectomy, removal of uterus. Vasectomy is a type of birth control that prevents the penis from releasing sperm in fluid called semen during sex. During this minor surgery, a surgeon cuts and seals the tubes that carry sperm. Vasectomy is a low-risk surgery. Most often, the surgery is done with medicine called a local anesthetic. That means you stay awake and have medicine not to surgery area. You most likely go home the same day as the surgery. This is called outpatient surgery. The next is tubal ligation. Tubal ligation is permanent birth control method for women. It involves blocking the fallopian tubes, preventing sperm from reaching the egg. This is done through cutting, cauterizing, or blocking the tubes. The procedure is typically performed after menstruation and before ovulation through a small incision near the umbilicus using a laparoscope. The patient is under local anesthesia. Women can usually resume their sexual activity after 2 to 3 days, but the precautions should be taken to prevent pregnancy before the procedure. The effectiveness of tubal ligation is 99.5%. The text emphasizes responsible parenthood and the importance of birth control in managing population growth.